Yesterday was Earth Day, and just steps away from here, practically, a man named Chris Swain, 47 years old, a guy from Marblehead, Massachusetts. Apparently, he's either trying or did he end up swimming in the Gowanus Canal? I think he did. He had to wear like a hazmat suit. The Gowanus Canal is really polluted. It's one of the dirtiest waterways, city waterways in the world. And I think he was able to, I think they allowed him to swim. But it is a way of drawing attention to the fact that you've got one of the world's dirtiest waterways literally in view of the UN building across the East River in Manhattan. Maybe not quite. You'd have to maybe stick your head out of the UN building and look down the East River. But just good for him drawing some attention. Earth Day just does not get the attention that it used to. And I think part of that is, I don't know, is that we're sort of beyond that, sort of the idea that we spend one day a year being conscious of our environment. We may need to do a little bit more of that, particularly when you see the insurance companies getting involved in this hoax that is global warming. I haven't quite figured out what their angle is on this. How are they going to make money off this hoax? But a coalition called the Smarter, Safer Coalition, it's made up of more than 30 groups, which include some of the biggest insurance companies in the world: Alliance, Liberty Mutual, Swiss Re, USAA. And they're basically saying, they've come up with a report calling on cities in particular to get out in front of dealing with the rise in natural disasters that we are experiencing and anticipate experiencing because of global warming. Now, I just can't figure out why these guys would get so involved in the hoax. They probably, what it probably is, the CEOs of these companies and the board of directors probably sit on other boards, charities with people who believe in this stuff. And so it's somehow, there's got to be some angle to this, right? The report writes, our current natural disaster policy framework focuses heavily on responding to disasters rather than putting protective measures in place to reduce our vulnerability to limited disasters' impact. Now, of course, an insurance company would be interested in doing this because they've got to pay out a lot of times. The report, though, goes on to say the reasons for those increased disaster costs are twofold. One, the economy has grown since 1980. There's been more development, meaning there are bigger and more expensive structures to replace. And two, climate change, which is increasing the risk that bad storms will occur across the country. In this neck of the woods, on the East Coast, it's really essentially a rise in sea level. But we also, in the Northeast, have had an enormous amount of increase in heavy precipitation. In fact, across the country, it has increased in every region except for Hawaii over the past 50-some-odd years, 55 years. The Northeast and the Midwest have seen 71% and 37% increases since basically 1960. So there you have it. The insurance companies getting involved in this hoax that is global warming.